Good day to you all. That is another seed haul, and I honestly really adore this series of videos because I'm the type of person who loves stocking seeds way in advance, and I usually do that in September. So it means that at the moment I'm completely packed with different seeds that I'm going to plant for next year, and I'd like to share my ideas. I'd like to share my plans towards the next year, because you know that I always boast of bountiful crop, but the part and parcel of it is also choosing the right seeds, choosing the right plants. And I think that before this, the only thing I was caring about was just looking at the cover of a beautiful package with seeds and not caring about everything, all of the details about the plants. Well, right now I'm more into details rather than a beautiful package, and I think that that is part of the success that I get in the very end. So I'm going to describe different varieties of seeds and types of seeds that I'm going to plant for next year, and I hope that you will enjoy the aesthetic type of this video, because all of the seeds are colourful, packages are colourful, and I know that I'm not judging by the packages, but they're still gorgeous. And I'm going to include some of the videos of the crop that I got, because there are certain varieties of seeds that I buy over and over again, and I'm a complete fan of certain types. So let's begin with the seeds. I will talk about different types of vegetables that I grow, and the seeds that I buy, packages I buy, as well as the varieties and the names. Sometimes I feel like the names are pretty amusing and hilarious. So let's dive into this. So the first category is the category of beetroot and carrots. You know what? Another aesthetic part about the seeds that I love doing is that I have this nice basket where I store my seeds, and I love sorting them out into different categories. So I usually have one category of beetroot and carrots, and here I have different varieties. Honestly speaking, before it was a lot easier to buy carrots and beetroot, for the fact that when you buy one single package, you are going to be sure that you will plant an entire field of beetroot and carrots. Right now, the companies that produce seeds, they are very tricky in this terms, and they usually put only 1 gram of seeds into one package, which is not a lot, even for one decent row. So that's why I have several varieties of beetroot here, and one of the most favorite ones that I have is this one, because it's of this flat variety, and I think that that is going to be the 3rd year when I'm going to grow it. I'm not kind of like picky and choosy regarding beetroot. I just follow the idea of the beetroot being rather sweet, tasty, and of course of big size, because I love preserving beetroot a lot for preparing different salads that we actually love with beetroot, and of course the famous borscht, which is one of the staple dishes here in Belarus. So beetroot is pretty important for us. Then I also have a lot of carrots to show here. As you can see, there are a lot of them, honestly speaking, because with carrots it's getting more and more difficult to grow them, and I think that I have my favorite variety of carrots that I just want to plant every single year. That is this type of the variety. I have several packages of it. It's like, I think 3. I decided to experiment this time. I remember some of you wrote about purple carrots, and I really wanted to try them out, so I bought the purple variety as well as the yellow variety. And also I have 2 packages, because usually when I plant carrots, I plant them into different period. The first period is early spring, when still we have snow, so I plant it kind of like under the snow. That's going to be the early crop variety, which I'm going to get in the early months of summer, and then later on in May I plant the varieties for later crop for autumn. So that is my strategy here. Now I'm going to mention another category. So here I kind of like united two categories, the category of peppers and tomatoes. Usually I don't plant a lot of peppers, but this year I went crazy about them because I found a lot of ways of how to preserve pepper, in not like preserving and putting it into jars, but there are a lot more ways. I completely changed my opinion about the taste of pepper. So I decided to buy several types, but I went pretty specific when it comes to the varieties because I'm going to look at thicker variants where they're pretty juicy and nice when cooking, and that's why I bought a couple of the varieties with thick peel. My aim here is to choose the varieties that I love and I'm going to plant over and over again. Every time I still include a certain percentage of new varieties that I really want to try out, so that's why I have several of them. And the tomatoes, I know there are a lot of people who are crazy about the tomatoes, especially people who have the polytunnel. Well, here I'm getting, I think with every year I'm getting more and more simple with this, much more simple with this. So the reason for this is just because I pick only several varieties that I love and I plant them over and over again. And of course I have my own seeds that I preserved and I plant every single year, but I decided to buy some of the varieties that I feel I'm gonna like. And in most of the cases I bought them because I can collect my own seeds, so they're not hybrids. That was an important part for me. And I have some leftovers from the previous year. Yeah, sometimes I love buying the seeds in advance, and especially with the inflation rates that we have right now here, when you buy in advance it's a little better, but you have to check the date of the seeds. They should be fresh in order to store them for a couple of years. Another separate category is the category of cucumbers. I think that you know my pain because I always mention that right now we are having so much troubles with cucumbers because of some unknown disease that damages the cucumbers, not only in our garden, but all over the area. People complain of not having cucumbers. And that is one of the reasons why I bought so many packages. Not because they were nice and colorful and pretty, but just because I was aiming at looking at the characteristics so that every cucumber that I pick, every variety that I pick, should be resistant towards the diseases that I think we are having, because I think that there are some of them. And these are for sure the varieties that are super resistant to a lot of diseases, and I'm going to try every single one variety in order to get the idea of what variety is going to be okay for our current state. A cucumber plant is a plant which is supposed to be kind of like effortless, like you don't have to put a lot more effort into growing this plant. And I have a lot of really popular varieties that everyone is talking about. I will take like one seed of every variety and I will test them. That is what I'm going to do. Aubergines are my favorites. The experiment that I conducted this year definitely paid off, and you might be able to see what came out of it. Right now, I think that I know the key towards growing the best aubergines ever, and that is the reason why I bought these seeds. So I was looking specifically at the characteristics of the aubergines of early crop. Never buy aubergines of late crop. Well, at least that's something that I learned according to the climatic type and climatic zone here, and also because of the Colorado beetle that starts to be very ruthless towards the period when aubergines of the late crop give their main crop out. That's why I just enjoyed this season with plenty of aubergines, and I bought some really nice varieties. So this time I bought the variety of a very big size. So here we might expect to have aubergines up to 500 grams, and it's just really nice, not only for dishes but also for preservation. And also I bought the seeds that definitely produce this incredible result, but I bought one variety which is like a twin variety of that long aubergines that I really loved, but it's going to be white, so I'm really excited about this. Here I have different varieties of onion. There aren't many of them because I'm completely sure of the varieties that I'm going to plant every single year. The reason for this is just because I get this incredible result and I don't want to experiment with different varieties. So there are a couple of the varieties that are a must-have for really huge crop, as I get up to 500, 600 grams. But there are two specific varieties of onion that I chose. They are primarily for salad and for their sweet and nice taste, and I bought them for my mum because she loves onion. Unfortunately, I don't love it, I don't eat it, but I love growing it. That's why I'm so excited about this, and I hope that I can one day beat my record that I set this year of having bulbs of onion of a little bit like slightly more than 600 grams.